Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. We're here each and every day, and we go through this thing of life. And I think we take for granted how valuable life is. I think we forget how valuable the time is that we share with other people. I just don't know why we do that, but we tend to do that. And so the question I asked today was, who's thinking your thoughts? Are you letting other people think your thoughts? Are you blindly accepting other people's thoughts as your own? What I've come to understand is that each of us has a brain. Each of us has a mind. And because each of us has a brain and each of us has a mind, we were given the ability to think for ourselves. We were given the ability to think for ourselves because we're unique. And so we were given the ability, because we're unique, to create a life that is unique to us and not to create a life that's like everyone else's. And I think we forget that. I think we've been brainwashed into believing that we should be creating lives like other people. Here in America, we have this American dream. The American dream is you rise up the corporate ladder, you get security, you get the bonuses, you have the house in the suburbs, you have the 2 really nice cars, you're a part of a country club, you've got a wife, you've got 2 children. And you're taught that dream from the day you're born. That's the American dream. And then you get to a certain point, like I did, and you realize, I had it. I'm living the American dream. Guess what? It was someone else's dream. It wasn't mine. The dream that I've discovered for myself that fulfills me and makes me whole is to be Lee. Yeah, to be Lee. And I had to figure out who Lee was. I had to figure out what turned Lee on. What did Lee love to do? What is Lee's gifts? What does he have that's unique that he wants to bring back to the world? I had to determine that. And then I started acting in accordance with that. And here's the key thing. I have to think for myself, because every time someone tells me something they're thinking, it's about how they perceive life. And it may not be conscious of them. It may be what their parents have taught them, their society, their political party, the news media, the schools they went to, the religions they're a part of would have taught them that. And so I go back to the whole idea is that we must question everything and find out if it fits who we are. And realize that you'll be constantly unfolding and becoming more. You're not going to ever get to that end result. It's a constant state of unfoldment. So let me just say hi to Theo, Bilal, Lydia, and Jean. Those are the ones who have checked in so far. If you want to check in, I would love that. Theo says the Dutch man is back. Have you disappeared? Were you off the face of the planet? Did you go astral traveling, Theo, to other parts of the galaxies? I'll be honest with you, I didn't know you were missing. Anyway, so the key thing is, as we did in meditation this morning, I asked the question, what is spirit? What is your higher self? What is your heart desiring to express as you and through you? That's the thing. What is your heart desiring to express as you and through you? And guess what? It's going to be unique. It's not going to be like anyone else's. Sometimes it may be, because sometimes my wife and I are right in sync with each other. Completely in sync with each other. And sometimes we're not. Why? We're different. We are very, very, very different. And so in our relationship, we give each other the freedom. We give each other the freedom to be our unique selves. If you don't know, tonight I start a class on how to do spiritual mind treatment. That's our form of affirmative prayer. We don't ask and beseech. We claim what we desire. I start a 6-week class on that tonight. And then tomorrow night, I start a 7-week class on how to create healthy relationships. So if you're interested, the link is there. Just go to Agape Spiritual Center. Also, if you're in town, and I don't see anyone that's checked in town, but there will be people in town. Next Sunday, we start in-person live services again every week. Agape is back. I love it. I am juiced. But you know what? Anytime I can talk with people, share with people, listen with people, I get juiced. I get very, very juiced. And this whole thing that I'm talking about living your life and appreciating your life, I was reminded of that this morning where I received a call very, very, very early. Never get calls at this time. It was before 6:30. And Rock Molly will be in the house on Sunday. Yes, crypto, without a doubt. But the call was about that they had just received news that their son had died unexpectedly. That's a very difficult conversation to have with an individual because there are no words. Here's the thing that comes to me. What we try to ask at those times, we try to ask the question, why? Let me tell you something that I believe. You ask the question for yourself, but I believe this. In this physical form, we will never know why. Because we don't know what the soul of the other person's intention was. We can never know that. See, one of the things that I believe, and this comes from the teachings of Ernest Holmes in The Science of Mind, is that when the soul or when the body is no longer serving the soul, when the body is no longer serving the soul releases the body so that it can move on with its journey. So here's the key thing. Why would the soul release the body? Well, the whole purpose of the soul is to fully experience and discover its greater self. The soul is always about experiencing a greater part of the infinite. While the soul is a part of the infinite, the experience of the infinite is something it was forever or eternally seeking. And that's who you and I are. We are expressions of the soul in a physical body with an ego, with a personality. And so our role in life is to express more of life. That's why I asked the question, what is your heart calling you to do? To express as or to be as? And when you follow that question, you become the leader of your life. Not the leader of the pack, like the song way back in the 60s, but you become the leader of your life. And isn't it better to lead than to follow? Because when you're leading, you get to choose your path. And you're not following on someone else's path that you had no choice in. That's the best I've got today. I know I got a little bit heavy. I didn't intend to, but my heart said to. Because I want you to really appreciate your life. Appreciate the life of the people that are living in your life. Don't take them for granted. Be fully engaged, fully present with them. Being fully engaged and present is how to love. And isn't that why we're here? To not only love ourselves, but to love others. Go create your great day. Know that I love you, I care for you, and I accept you just like you are. Until next time, aloha.